Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
Look at this. Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
What? The Pops and the Rican. Look at the top of his head.
Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
All right. And we're on.
Hey, I think that means it's time to start then, isn't it?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, I think,
What's up, man?
I'm still Pops, and that means, so.
And I'm the Rican. Come on, bro. Stay with me, bro.
Okay. I was just checking because it's been, it's been like a day or two. And
It's been a minute. Yep. We haven't jumped on in a minute.
And I think I've slept twice since the last show, and so I'm pretty excited about it though.
I'm still feeling that, bro.
Well,
I am still feeling this weekend, man.
oh, I'm still jazzed.
This weekend.
Whoa, yeah. Well, the cool thing is, the fact that we've reached our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
That was huge just in that, because, statistically there's so many businesses that start and fail within the first year.
Yeah.
And so to make it a year in the middle of a stinking pandemic,
bro. So we fighting every odds, bro.
I mean, we're kicking.
We're going in, bro. If we don't go in, we go in big, right?
And then not only did we survive, but we got to that 1 year anniversary, and then we had Brad Stein roll in for the weekend.
Stein.
And
man, dude, we had, bro. The thing about the way Gutty's is starting to unfold, man, is just like what we talked about way when we started, dude. When I was texting you straight from my cubicle using like Google Hangouts, I was like, man, you know who's gonna be here? You know who's gonna be at Gutty's? And then we're gonna have this guy at Gutty's, and then we're gonna hear this, and then this is gonna be set up this way. And I'm like constantly hitting you up, and I was waiting for you to respond, but you'd be like, I'm trying to catch up, and I'm like, okay, but look at it. And then to see it unfold, bro, and to see everybody jumping on and seeing how the response of the city in Greenwood. I mean, I would have never guessed Greenwood, Indiana, but here we are. You know what I'm saying? And it's working, and we had a spot where people love the place. It's growing, and I'm just, bro, I look behind me. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the stuff that we were able to do within a year. So I am thankful to God. I'm thankful to everybody that has given to Gutty's. We have some really great family and community here, and online too as well. When we kicked off the Patreon page, man, people are jumping on there and they're helping us out. It's just $2 a month, and it's giving us the fuel we need to keep going. It's just telling us, it's confirmation after confirmation that people really love what we're doing at Gutty's, and so I'm excited and I'm thankful that we're able to do that and provide, quality, clean comedy for everybody. So I'm stoked, man. I'm thank you, bro. Because everybody behind me, if it wasn't for you, man, setting that up. And and our guests today on the Pops and the Rican show, if it weren't for you, bro, you play a huge role. I know I do a lot of stuff as far as the design and stuff, but trust, when it comes to the quality of comics that are coming through, Dennis has just stepped up, and I'm super thankful that you're on the team, bro. We're a team, bro. We're a team.
We've developed a really good camaraderie with how we work together, because I try to do the real easy stuff. You do all the heavy lifting, and let's be honest, you even clean the toilets.
I do it all.
You're like the perfect guy to go into business with, because
yeah, exactly.
I can do all the easy stuff, and then I stand back and go, well, look at what we've done, because
you buster, you.
But hey, I'm thrilled with where we are. The cool thing though is the cool thing now we're starting year 2, right?
Yeah.
This next weekend is the first show of the second season.
I'm telling you.
So if you talk about seasons like they do in TV,
that's good.
We're going into our second season, and this is the first episode, the first show of the next season, and we have a fantastic show this next weekend.
Our August shows for August, bro, are pretty much our anniversary month has just been bonkers.
Well,
so I can't wait for this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you got this weekend with Kyle Yamada, and VM. I can't even say his last name. Vien.
I'm gonna say think about Bienvenidos or something.
I'm gonna say Vien. I'm not gonna say his last name because I will butcher it, and then when he shows up, he'll punch me in the throat. I don't want that to happen.
No, bro. No, we ain't gonna.
And Stacey Corwin. So that right there is just a fantastic show. And then the week after that, we got Andy Beningo rolling back in.
Andy Beningo rolling back. I'm telling you, bro.
It's blowing up. That's just saying. This is
the shows are quality, bro. And I don't just say that. You know that. I mean, if you look at everything that we're doing, it's not just we don't play when it comes to that. We want to bring quality just because we care about the quality of what we want to bring, the product we teach and preach to everybody else, from comics that are coming in that want to learn comedy too. And they want to learn how to host. They want to be able to run the stage. They want to be able to jump on, know what it's like, all the way to people who've never been in a comedy club, to families that have never been in a comedy club. I mean, we're reaching out to so many people. So we got to bring quality, clean comedy to you. So that's why I'm stoked about the lineups, bro, that are coming, because it ain't nothing but monsters coming through and just destroying the stage. So you definitely don't want to miss it. Make sure you jump online, download our mobile app. Tickets are available there. If you don't have an iPhone or a smartphone, no problem. Go to Gutty'sComedyClub.com. And right then and there is an orange button that says buy tickets. Click on that, and you can buy your tickets online too as well. We got a lot of great things happening, bro. And in this pandemic, we're also in a place where we're being innovative. And so we want to bring another style of comedy or another style of entertainment, and that is our Comedy Wars. Our Comedy Wars is here. Comedy Wars is going to be every Thursday night. It's kind of like a 3-on-3 tournament. You got 3 comics versus 3 comics that are battling to win. And they basically have 30 minutes to do their set in any creative way. It could be 5, 10, 15, whatever style that they have that they want to do, they got that. And it's almost like just a tournament of just comedy. And we wanted to bring something different. So if you're interested in being in the Comedy Wars, jump online. If you download the mobile app, registration is ready. You can also email us at info@Gutty'sComedyClub.com, and we'll send you the link to be able to sign up. You need 3 comics to sign up for registration. And then at the show, basically, it's going to be everybody that's an audience member gets to vote in real time. And then we also have special guests that'll be there to be judges. And they're going to be judging based on your skill and representation. So you definitely want to be a part. This is something different. And we're starting it in September. So if you want to jump on, you got a squad, and you want to join the Comedy Wars, let us know. If you download the mobile app, you'll be able to do that. And we can talk more about it too as well. I'm ready.
It's going to be fun.
Yes, bro. I'm ready.
Hey, I don't know if I told you, but the first week of Comedy Wars, guess who's going to be one of our celebrity judges?
Who's going to be who?
Rich Nye.
Rich Nye. Yes. Every time you say it, bro.
TV personality from here in the Indianapolis market. If you're out of the Indianapolis area, you may not know Rich, but Rich is one of the nicest, fun guys that you're going to get that's on TV in the news media here in Indianapolis. And he's going to be one of our guest judges, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Right, he was here when we opened up, and he did
a year ago.
Yeah,
a year ago for grand opening, he was one of the guys that came out and did a story about the club, and so he's been watching, and so it's pretty exciting.
Right, so get ready, guys. So jump on. Make sure you download the app. It'll say Comedy Wars in the section. If you just scroll through the app, you'll see Comedy Wars application. Sign up if you want to do that. If you don't have it yet and you want to be a part of it, just email us at info@guttyscomedyclub.com and we'll send you the link to be able to sign up. That'll also be available online too as well very soon. So you have to the end of this month if you want to be a part of it. Otherwise, tickets are going to be up for sale very soon, so that way your family and friends can join up and join us, man. Yeah. I'm excited, man. That's another great thing that we're trying to do here at Gutty's Comedy Club.
It's going to get crazy. That's all I'm going to say. So, especially this weekend. This weekend's going to be off the hook, off the chain.
Whatever the kids are saying, right?
Off the universe.
Insane.
Off the playground. I don't know what the kids are talking about these days, but anyway. I'm excited about having him back. He's been here before. He was here and did a feature spot a little while back, and we were like, "Dude, you got to roll back in here and take up the headline spot, and let's just crush this thing out of the park." And so he's coming this weekend, and he's here as our guest today on the Pops and the Rican show. So should we go ahead and welcome our good friend, the very funny Kyle Yamada?
What's up, Kyle?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me, man.
And thanks for joining us on the Pops and the Rican show, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm excited for this weekend. Like I was telling you guys before, I love coming to Gutty's. You guys do run comedy right, man, and we just appreciate you. And you're getting to be a spot where a lot of the top clean comedians are wanting to come to your spot, man. And so I'm excited. You guys are doing it right. And we're going to have a great time this weekend.
Man, thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. All glory to God too, as well. The great thing about it, man, is exactly that. You said it. You hit the nail on the head. We wanted to create a place for comedians just like you to come through and just have some fun on stage without the worries about anything else. The beauty of Gutty's is the fact that we also, not only do we provide that for you, but we also bring everybody from all walks. It's not just one specific walk or one specific belief or whatever. It's under one roof with some clean comedy. Let's have some fun. And you guys make it happen. And I told Dennis, I said, man, this place, not only are we going to be calling out, they're going to be calling us. That's how it's going to end up being. And it just because of the fact that we're comics too. And so we know the deal. We know how it runs. We know how it works. And that's why we chose this specific spot and how we run the show, because we know how the show should go. And so hopefully it's going to make you feel better now that we got the new setup. As you can see behind me, we got some new stuff that's in there, and we're stoked, man. We're stoked about what you're gonna do this weekend, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. It'll be great. And I gotta tell you, man, I feel honored to be on this lineup. In the month of August, man. You guys had some people coming in, man. You had Brad Stein on last week. I know Andy's coming, I think, the week after me. I just want to come and move to Indianapolis this month, man.
Well, come on down. I will say though, if you're going to do that, you better find a place to live, because the housing market here is just crazy. It's like houses are selling before people can even leave after signing the agreement to sell the house. It's sold. There's
no. I'm moving in with you.
Well, then that's good, because when my son moved out, the deal was he could have a cat if he cleaned the cat box, and then he moved and left the cat here. So the cat box is going to need a good cleaning when you get here.
He's a cat guy, huh? Okay. Well, I don't want to be there. But Steve, I'm moving with you.
Come on through, bro. Like, I'll set up a bed here. I'll set up a hide a bed here at the club, bro.
You live there anyway, don't you?
Every day. Every day.
You're gonna have to clean out of the green room before every weekend, though. You can stay back in the green room until the comics start rolling in for the next weekend.
All right, cool.
That'll work, man.
So I will say you're going to be one of the first guys to get up and actually hit the stage with our new Johnny Carson stage. We've we've got 2 stages now in the room. We've got our Johnny Carson stage representing the stand-up. So all the stand-up shows are over on that stage. Yep. And then we've got our Tim Conway stage representing improv and sketch comedy, which is on the other stage. You've been on that stage before,
right?
But you haven't been on the Carson stage, and
I saw the new setup. I saw the new setup. It looks cool. So I'm excited. I'm excited to come, man. It's gonna be a great weekend. Yeah,
we're gonna have a lot of fun there. So
it'll be a lot of fun, man, for sure.
So Kyle, let me ask you, what got you started in the comedy business?
Oh man, ever since I was a little kid, I love comedians. I just thought it was such a great art form, and I really did see stand-up comedy as an art form as a little kid. I could see, just the creativity and everything that goes into creating a joke and sharing personal experiences and making it funny and relatable to everybody else. I just thought that was so cool. Back in and even in the good Saturday Night Live times, right? And I just love comedy and making people laugh. And then I never really got serious about comedy until I went to college, and then after college I moved to Los Angeles, and that's actually where I got started in stand-up. And so I was bouncing around, and I got some good traction and started getting going in LA, but I was young, man, and I got into some things I shouldn't have been getting into. It really derailed me, and there's a lot of distractions and temptations, and I really think it was a God thing. I really think God took me out of the situation. It's like, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. I gave you some gifts and you're not using it the way you're supposed to be. And I truly believe that God just took me out of the situation. And then I went into education, moved back to South Dakota, Rapid City, South Dakota, where I'm from.
All right. I said, go ahead, represent, bro.
Yeah, and so I moved back. I got married, had kids, and then several years later, I felt this push to get back into comedy. It's like, man, you've got to do this, and it's just one of those innate feelings, and I feel it was God pushing me to get back into comedy, but with another purpose, to be clean, to bring glory to Him. Yeah. That's why I do a lot of church shows now. And so I got back into comedy, and then eventually I started going full time as a professional comedian, and then COVID hit. So timing is not my strength, but but yeah, so the bookings are starting to open up again, and I'm doing a lot of church shows. I like to do a lot of fundraiser shows. So now I'm doing it with a purpose. It's not coming from a selfish place. I believe God has me doing this for a purpose, to bring entertainment. And I really strongly believe that the entertainment world needs more clean, more wholesome entertainment, because it's hard to find anymore if we really look around.
That's an interesting point. Obviously, that's exactly why we do what we're doing. I just like the fact that I want to be able to, like I said, with Gutty's, we kind of like bridge the gap between those who've never done clean comedy and want to and desire to do clean comedy. And it has nothing to do with conversion or anything. It's just teaching them, hey, there's a other style here that you can add to your repertoire that can give you opportunity to reach out to other people. Now, of course, I'm a believer, you're a believer. We share that same faith. So that, and I don't know about Dennis, he's I'm gonna let that ride. But anyways, what I'm saying is, we can put like that purpose onto what we're doing, because of the importance and how deep that goes, and it shows based on what we do in our content on stage. But what I didn't want to do with Gutty's is that I didn't want to cap that off and lose opportunity by giving others opportunity. So what I wanted to do was create a place that was going to be safe for everybody, and be able to give everybody an opportunity, whether they believe or not, just to be able to do clean comedy. And the response has been astounding because of the fact that we're giving those who want to do clean an opportunity. And that has been a huge deal. And then we got comics that follow us and they're with us and they're just saying, hey, can I do this different? What should I say that? How can I add this different? And that's awesome. That's valuable because it's giving them some more purpose and stuff. And then at the same time, we don't want to say, this is it. And it's either boom, this type of clean, that's it. It really is giving us that opportunity to be able to bridge that gap, to bring comedians that know how to rock clean and then learn from them, and then be able to apply that. And then at the same time, bring comedians who've never done clean succeed. And it's just to see that dynamic has been a huge blessing to us. But just that has been our main focus is to create a product, to create a place that is going to make it safe for everybody who love comedy, but at the same time, get challenged, be challenged to do clean because it is a challenge, especially if you're a comic that does blue material, it's a challenge. Now, I was foul-mouthed in high school, but when it came to like just starting to do comedy, I just never went that route. It's just the weirdest thing. I just was myself. And because I was myself, I was able to just be that. And yeah, I could have jabbed here and there, put it, implement a word here and there and make it, spice it up a little bit. It's not like I can't do it, but I didn't have a desire to do that. So showing that to other comedians is almost like saying, hey, look, you don't have to, but I understand completely if you're a comic that does, and you want to be able to do that. I get it. Go for it. Good on you. More power to you. But at the same time, we got to make sure that you have those different. You're able to utilize those different gifts to be able to rock. Clean and other materials. It just opens up a whole new thing.
Well, and the other thing is that myself as a clean comedian, I don't, I'm not looking down on anyone who does blue material. That's their style. That's their choice. That's great. And I know a lot of comedians who do blue material. They're very funny. They're funny.
Yeah.
I just, and I'm going to be honest. When I first started, I've never done blue material either. I've always done, even when I was in LA and I wasn't living clean per se, I was still doing clean comedy, and I'm going to be very honest with you. It's because if I weren't, my mom would whoop me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that. And I'm not afraid to say it. I was afraid of my mom.
Yeah, bro.
So,
for real.
if she ever came to a show and see me talk about like sex or use any foul language, she wouldn't be afraid to come up on stage and drag me off.
Well, and that's just the thing. When people understand that as long as you're funny, you're okay. Be you. Be funny. But the thing that I keep coming back to is if you can work clean, you can work anywhere.
Right.
And that's the one thing that we've really had an impact with some of the comics here in the Indianapolis area, being able to show them the opportunities that they're missing by only focusing in on doing blue material. And there are guys that kind of grew up in the Indianapolis market that thought blue was the only thing. If you're going to be a real comic, you got to be blue. And now they're starting to see they're getting opportunities that they didn't know even existed before they started to clean up their act and started doing some clean comedy. And that's where I always say, in fact, Steve's heard me say it more than he probably would like. Clean is green.
That's right.
And everybody's wanting to, let's go with this new Green Deal. No, I'm saying clean is green. And if you can work clean, you give yourself that many more opportunities to get that paycheck, to make it in the world of comedy. But you got to be able to think and write clever so that you're prepared to do the work that it means to be clean. So
well, and that's right. And you guys know this, but you can't work corporate gigs if you do blue material, and that's where, let's be honest, that's where the money is. I mean, you guys understand. I mean, corporate gigs, sometimes they're not the most fun shows.
Yeah.
But you can make a good living doing some corporate gigs.
It's true. It's true. You definitely can. He's good off that. So.
I was going to say I've made a pretty decent living over the last 20 plus years just doing corporate work, and
right.
So
it is what it. I mean, until you can get to a place or status where you've established yourself as a strong comedian, like Chappelle and all those. Until you get to that place, you got to be smart. You got to be really smart in the business. And if you're not smart and you're not moving with the trends, like for example, one thing that was big was adapting to social media.
Right.
There's a lot of comics that were like, "I'm not doing that. That's stupid." And it got to a place where, well, we don't necessarily do that much as far as promoters, but a lot of clubs are looking for butts in the seats. So we're like, okay, we're also looking for butts in the seats too, just because of the fact that if you have followers now, that's going to be a huge help for you to get booked too as well. And how do you build followers? Well, you got to join in on the whole social media trend. You got to get on there. You got to get a presence online. People need to know what you're doing. So then they're like, okay, well then I'll start a blog or I'll do a video blogs, or go online. Go live every time any chance you get, so that your name is out there.
Right.
And that's the business side of comedy that, of course, right now it's been on pause because of the whole COVID thing, but that's something you got to hustle. And so until you can start doing that, you can't really claim yourself as, unless it's going to be a long road. Let's just say that. If you're just going to go, you know what, I'm not going to do clean. I'm going to straight be who I am. Right. Okay. Do you? It's going to take you a lot longer. I'm not saying I don't believe in you or you can't do it, because you can. Anybody can. But it's just going to be a harder road to go down because the opportunities are going to be very few, far in between. And you're going to find yourself doing the same venues because they've accepted you. But then what? How are you going to expand to another state? Are they going to accept you over there when you do your comedy? You don't know, because you're not expanding yourself. You're not going out. You're not, pushing yourself. So there's a lot to that when it comes to doing clean. So that's important.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So Kyle, when you look at your journey in comedy, you got your start out there in LA, and then you kind of went and put it on hiatus for a bit. Went back there to stand behind the four heads. That's a little geographic trivia for everybody.
Look at you.
Do you know what I was referencing? Because
I don't think anyone else did, though.
Well, it's
Mount Rushmore is what he's talking about. I grew up like in Rapid City, South Dakota, right by Mount Rushmore is what he's talking about. So.
Nice.
So basically, from Rapid City, you're looking at the back side of Mount Rushmore. So you're pretty much looking at the four presidents' butts, which is really which is just wrong. You shouldn't be stop that. But anyway, and now you're kicking it into high gear. You're like, I'm going full bore. I'm going to do this. This is my career. In spite of COVID, looking back at this journey of comedy, what do you see as your biggest success to this point, and what do you think is probably the hardest lesson that you've had to learn in that journey?
Well, I found out because before I went into full-time comedy, I was a elementary school principal, and what I found out is that after I left that career, actually I was leaving to like do comedy, and then I was going into business with a buddy. Well, actually what happened was my comedy actually really got some traction, and I just started going, and I didn't have time to do this other job. So I went full time into comedy. But what I found is that I found myself quitting one job and picking up three. So a lot of people think that comedy is just getting up on stage, having fun, telling jokes. Man, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. I mean, you're not only performing, but you're the writer, you're the producer,
yep,
you're the editor, and you are a marketer. And you have to. And to be honest with you, the biggest job I have right now is marketing. Is filling my calendar. Because it's not. I just don't go to school and be a principal every day anymore. I have to every day. I've got to sit down in the morning, and I have my routine, and I sit in my office, and I figure. I get out my calendar. I figure out, okay, what's open, and what do I need to do to get work here, and it's a constant. I mean, it's a constant job. So that's one job. The second job is my writing. I mean, you've got to keep developing. You've got to keep writing. You have to keep on pushing yourself. It's just like anything else. You don't want to stay at this level. You always want to get better and better. You always want to push yourself. And so that's one of the things that I'm really focusing on right now is my writing. There's a lot of great resources, and I've met a lot of great people that I'm collaborating with that are helping me in that process, and I'm helping them. And like I say, then once you do get to your performances, again, they're no walk in the park. That's work, man. I mean, when you get up there, for 45, 50 minutes, and your job is to stand up there and be vulnerable and let people, strangers, know who you are, but at the same time be funny and your job is to make them laugh and entertain them. It's not an easy job. That's probably biggest thing that I learned is when I quit my job as being a principal, I picked up 3 or 4 more.
That's it. Yeah. That's 100% right, man. Say that again, because it's true. Starting something where you're jumping in your passion, you're going after what you desire, what your goal is, and what your vision is for what you want to do. You don't just. It's not just okay. Well, now it's just going to happen. No, you have to do the work. And they say, well, some people say they'll say, if you're doing what you love, you don't have to work a day in your life. And it's like, not necessarily. You're working hard, but you're also, it's because of what you love. And because you love what you do, it'll show. And the harder you work, the more love is going to show through that too as well.
And the other thing to answer, Dennis, is that, I remember when I first started in comedy, I was so focused on where I wanted to be, where I wanted to go, my material, all this stuff. And quite honestly, in the last few years, I've actually, my relationship with the Lord has gotten a lot stronger, and I've put in a lot more time and effort into that relationship. To be honest, I mentioned I have a routine every day, and my first thing when I get up is I read my Bible, and I study the Word, and I've found that when I do that, the rest of my day comes a lot easier. I shouldn't say easy, but it works out better. They say, just because you're a follower of Jesus isn't going to make things easier. Right. But at least you're with him,
Right.
Yeah. Right. I think it was something my dad used to say to me. If you're going to follow Jesus, you have to walk the road to the cross, and that's not an easy road to walk. And so right. It's, it is part of learning that discipline, along the way. And I guess that's one of the things that I appreciate when you're talking about, the discipline that you've had to put in to being the marketing agent for Yamada Comedy. You have to be the
Yamada Enterprise, but never. That's okay. That's all good.
Yeah, Yamada Enterprise. Exactly. It's all good. I mean, you got fans, bro. You got your yams here. You got the Yam fan club popping up, representing, saying they're representing for you. So you definitely are working it. Obviously, you're working. You're doing something right because you've got followers, and that's exactly what you need to do. You got to build that following. You got to build that brand. Branding is so important. Obviously, you can see on my forehead here, you see behind me, just getting that in front of everybody is so important. Branding is so important, and it doesn't have to be a product. It can be yourself. You could be that product, and so that product is what you put into it, and whatever you put in, it all depends on how serious you are about what you do.
Right.
So let me ask you this, Kyle. along the way, did you have a comedy mentor, somebody that kind of helped you, gave you direction along the way, or was there somebody that you looked up to in terms of that mentor role for getting you rolling and getting you to where you are in your career now?
You know, that's funny. That's a great question, Dennis. Because when I first started, I was young, I was arrogant, and I suffered because of it, and I think that now that I'm a little bit, and my wife would disagree, but more mature, I understand that you have to have someone that you can look up to, that you can collaborate with, you can, and once I joined the CCA, the Christian Comedy Association, I've met some great people, great comics, great mentors in there. I think one of my coolest moments is last year when I was there. I met Michael Jr. and it was interesting because a lot of people, he was out in the lobby of the church. People were waiting to get his autograph and everything. Yeah. We just stopped and said, hey, my wife was with me. We wanted to just tell him how much we appreciated his session that we just were in, that he presented at. And he said, so tell me about you and your journey. And so I kind of filled him in. And it was right about that time that I was transitioning from education to full-time comedy. Yeah. And I shared that with him. And he said, you do it, man. He goes, you put your heart into it. And he sat there and prayed with me and my wife in front of everybody, just waiting to get his autograph. And he really put it in me to help me believe in myself and do what I really felt that I was supposed to do. Another one I was just going to say is just in the last couple months, Robert G. Lee has been a real inspiration to me. And I got to, we were doing some shows in Nashville last month, and I got the chance to have dinner with him.
That's awesome.
And we, and I know he was just at Gutty's just before that, I believe. And man, he's a professional boy. He's been in LA doing warm up for sitcoms for years. Yeah. And he's just been doing everything. And he's doing a master's comedy writing class right now that I'm taking with him. I just started this week. And so, you can't, I just believe you've got to take in from the best, man. And that's how you change your levels, and that's how you get better. And so yeah, right now, and I'm trying to get mentors that have the same beliefs as me too, and I think that's important too, and I'm not hating on anyone else. No, that's just what's best for me, I believe.
Exactly. I mean, I tell you what, Michael Jr., if we had an MJ moment, I had an MJ moment twice. The first time I had an MJ moment, I was at CCA as well, and he was done. He actually wasn't, he was just there, and he just went up there and just gave some tips on what to do on stage for stage presence. And I was there. I was just there because that was my first year there. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I just know that I just want to do clean comedy. I don't know what this is about. But I was there, and I was in the class. And at the end of the class, I was sitting in the back, and he actually came to me, sat next to me, and he was like, hey, what you about, man? What's up with you? What is your story? And so I talked to him about my passion. It was like comedy, and I love graphic design, web design, and just this idea of a comedy club for clean comedians. And when I shared that with him, he was like, yo, you got to do this. And he kept pushing me to, you got to do this. No matter what happens, you got to keep your head up and you got to do this. And so after talking with him, he actually called me up, and I did some graphic design work for him. That's how cool he was. He was like, yo, I need some work done. Yeah. Do this for me, do that. I did some work for him. And then like a couple years later, I reached out to him. I said, Michael, I'm finally doing Gutty's. I'm out here in north of Wisconsin. I got this roller rink that I set up as a stage. I put everything up there. It's a roller rink we turned into a.
What's north of Wisconsin?
I'm sorry. I said north because I'm thinking.
Isn't that Canada?
I'm thinking north.
Where's my globe?
Yo.
He was in Alaska. It was
It was in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So south Wisconsin, north from us right now.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I set up this roller rink as a comedy club. So I put in all this work to make it happen. I asked him, I said, would you come and do the show? He came through, and he was my first headlining comedian that after opening the whole comedy club type of vibe that Gutty's I wanted to establish. He came through and he did it. And it was just like, yo. After that, we were doing what's called the Brett and Steve BS comedy show. And we did like sketch comedy. At the same time, we did stand-up. And he came up to us and he was like, dude, I remember when we talked about it, he was encouraging everybody there. And he's like, you gotta do this. You gotta do Gutty's. And so that was the first encounter. And then the second time was when he called up and he wanted to know how everything was going. And I told him, man, I kind of put that on the side. And he was like, no, you can't, man. You can't. You got to keep. And that right there spoke volumes because of the fact that he was still thinking about it. Like he thought about it and was able to reach out to me and gave me some tips and reached out to all the other comics that wanted to do it. Now, the thing is, the thing about it is that these guys that we're talking to. Now I also had Horace Saunders too as well at Gutty's as well, and that was another blow up show. It was dope, and he was also just encouraging too as well. So I'm saying this to get to this point. We have some heavy hitters in this game. Yeah, we got some heavy hitters in this game, and a lot of people don't see that side of it, unfortunately, because we have Bone Hampton, heavy hitters in the game that have been doing it for a long time. And
thanks for having me open for him, by the way. That was such a fun show with Bone, and that's another one. Bone Hampton. If you don't know who Bone Hampton is, everybody, you go YouTube Bone Hampton, Michael Jr., Shonda Pierce. There's so many heavy hitters out there.
Telling you, bro, and we're part of that. So it's
and I gotta I'll tell you, we're doing our best to get Michael Jr. to come for a weekend or an extended weekend, however we can, to get Michael Jr. to roll through. But in order to have enough money to make that happen, we have to have you have to come and be real successful.
Blow it up, bro.
You have to blow up this weekend and bring in everybody because
all right.
You got it. No pressure. It's all good.
If we don't get Michael Jr. at the club, it's all your fault. That's all we're saying.
Okay.
Don't do it, Dennis. Don't do it to the ground.
That's fine. I'll do that. But then when you have me back, when I come back to Gutty's, I better be getting Michael Jr. money.
That's what I'm saying. See, Dennis, you setting it up, bro. You setting it up, man. You setting it up. But for sure, 100%.
I promise you, I will give you Michael Jr. money from the Michael Jr. First year version.
There you go.
That's right. That's right. So, now I just want Michael Jr.'s assistant's brother's money. That's what I want.
I just want the MJ money there.
Yeah.
So, you talk about getting that encouragement from Michael Jr. and from Robert G. Lee, or as his close friends call him, Bobby G.
Bobby G.
I just made that up.
He did.
You send in one of your homework assignments from this writing thing you're doing with him, and address it to Bobby G. and see what he says. I don't know. It'll be fun.
That's not me. Robert G. Lee, sir, is good enough.
Exactly.
Well, it's been interesting for me, as you know, I have met a lot of these guys. I've done shows and I've been connected with them at different places, and to see these guys roll through Gutty's and to see what we've got going on there, it's crazy to see the support that they really quickly turn to when they see what we have and where we have come from. Steve's vision of Gutty's all those years ago to what's happening now. In it's been fun because Robert G basically has said, hey, I got family in the area, and if I'm coming through, I'm going to let you know, and if you'll put me up on stage, and I'm like, dude, let me know when you're coming in,
Right, right.
And Bone Hampton. Bone's been a friend of mine for a long time, and when he rolled through, he was like, wow, you guys, this is a great spot. When am I coming back? And that's the question we get hit by all these comics that have rolled through already. It's like, so when can I come back?
Yeah.
And so it's fun when you're in the business and you see the kindness of some of these people that you looked up to. Maybe you're like, wow, he's been on TV. He's got this going on. And yet, and I know I'm not quite the same clout and level as because I'm not a heavy hitter. I'm just heavy. And so, but it is fun when I see these guys recognize talent that in a younger person. And when I see that, I just find that everything that I can do to lift somebody up, it's going to help me get to a higher plane.
I'll tell you what, I'm sorry, but I will scream it to the top of the world. I don't know what that means, but I'm saying I will let everybody know. Dennis is your dude. If you ever needed anyone to tell you you can do this and have you back up everything you're saying and supporting your vision, that is like his, how everybody's got a certain passion, a certain strength. Dennis will always take on no matter what. He'll see a vision, he'll see somebody working hard to work towards their vision, their dream, and he will jump on and be a champion. This guy, and I don't care who is, I will let them know my vision literally was at a place where it was in the back burner, and Gutty was not gonna happen. And he called me up and we had some coffee, and he was like, what's going on with Gutty's? And I'm like, dude, it's done. And he's like, no, it's not. So he kept pushing and pushing. So I'm talking like heavy hitters. You got to watch out, because if you can understand how important that is, trust me, if you can have one person support your vision like he does, dude, that's golden. To have one to support your vision and look at you like what you're saying is good. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. He's not looking at you like you're going crazy. That's stupid. Yeah. I don't know what you're doing. Don't even try. Don't even bother. I mean, when you got one person doing that, dude, you could take on the world. But when you have not only him, but also comics that love what we're doing, you got my family who's just like, we always knew you were going to do that. When you have that major support, dude, then you can't go wrong. But if you got somebody who is a dream supporter like Dennis is, so you can't lose. So that's my shout out to Dennis Pops Tooley, who has been a day oneer. I'm sorry, I'm gonna preach it. He has been a day oneer, and I don't care what y'all say. I'm telling you, bro, I'll preach it, man.
Preach it, Steve.
He'll go on stage.
Okay, here I'll say it this way. When somebody talks my language, he said he put his dream on the back burner. He was talking about a stove where you cook food. I like food. Okay, so he was talking my language. I was like, okay, then it's time to put that up on the front burner so we can have lunch.
Right.
So let's get it going, And
Jake Rubel's one of our favorite comics that come through the Gutty's Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Like, Dennis picks me up a lot, but he sets me down hard.
Well, I'm not as strong as I used to be, and
Jake's a good dude, man.
Yeah, good people, man. Good stuff, man. Yeah. So back to that. So we appreciate those who champion vision and dreams.
Yeah. So no, I'm excited. I really believe in what you guys are doing.
Thank you,
It's really inspiring to go there, and for all of us comics who have been in the clubs, the late night clubs, a lot of times they're not the most uplifting places. all the time. And I mean, there's some really good clubs with really good owners and management, but there's those others like, it's just like, what am I doing, man? I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing,
Yeah, bro.
But you go into Gutty's, to work or to be entertained as a customer, man, you guys do things right. I said it again, or I've said it before, and but it's just it's a great place with positive atmosphere, and bottom line, you guys bring in the funny, man. I mean, you guys do it. It's great.
Thank you. Appreciate that big time.
Like this weekend, we're bringing the funny in.
That's what I'm saying. We're bringing the yams, bro. We're bringing the yams.
It's International Yam time at Gutty.
Yeah, you're gonna have a good time. That's for sure.
So we got Stacy Corwin featuring, and we have my new brother for life, as we call it, Vien Pomachan.
Vien, yes.
I know, Pops, you're having some trouble with Vien's name, but it's Vien Pomachan.
So Vien says he just jumped on. He says Gutty's Laotian friendly.
Yeah, so he's from Laos.
Okay.
Now I guess it's behind Mount Rushmore, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. No, but interesting fact about Vien. He's a hilarious dude, man. I actually just met him. I actually just met him last month in Nashville, and he's funny. He's a funny dude, and but interesting fact that he's got a day job. He's actually an ears, nose, and throat doctor, and so
that's gonna be
doing that. Oh, man. I don't know. He's got something to fall back on.
Right, exactly. That's pretty much guaranteed. That's that safety money right there.
Right.
So I think Vien said that Laos is or South Dakota is a suburb of Laos. That's what he said. I don't understand that, but hey, if we could figure out a way to give, I don't know about South Dakota, but at least North Dakota, can we give one of the Dakotas to Laos as a gift? Can we just give it away?
You can give North Dakota to anyone you want.
The
best thing about listen, I went to graduate school in North Dakota. The best thing about North Dakota is the fact that you can leave.
Well,
exactly. They hold you down.
No offense, they have good people. They have really nice people, but they don't know any better because they live in North Dakota. So,
well, yeah, and then Vien does want to know what you're going to pay him to do this gig this weekend.
I told you, I get Michael Jr. money, and I'll pay Vien.
Look, you know what? There is something here that I wanted to touch up on too as well. Eric Barber, he says he wishes he could be here this weekend show, right? This leads me to just say that we're gonna have a great. We have some stuff in the works. Let's just say that we have some stuff in the works where everyone's gonna be able to enjoy a little bit of Gutty's very soon. So I'm glad that. We're going to be able to provide that for everybody. But I'll just keep it. I'll keep it right there. I'll keep it right there. I'll just keep it right there. Just keep it locked with Gutty's. Keep it locked. Let everybody know that good announcements coming up. Some things are coming up with Gutty's. So
that's all we get. You're not gonna talk to it.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna give right now. So I just want to hold on before it gets all crazy. And I want to overpromise and underdeliver. So I definitely know that we got some really great stuff lined up, and I can't wait.
But it might be a good idea if people haven't already downloaded the Gutty's Comedy Club app. They can probably go ahead and download the app.
Download it
right now so that you have it, and that way you'll be 3 steps ahead.
Yeah.
When the big announcement
comes. Big announcement comes through. So. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I got it.
So
there you go.
There it is.
There you go. He's living right, people.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Be like Kyle.
Be like the yams, bro. Be like the yams.
So, Kyle, let me ask you this: in your journey along the way, what's the best piece of advice somebody's given to you in stepping your comedy career forward?
I had a comic when I was in LA that said, "Just be yourself." That's probably the best advice I got, because and I see it in some other comics that, they don't try to be their self. Actually, Robert G. Lee says you can't be yourself, but you have to be an exaggerated version of yourself.
Ooh,
and I like that, and that's something I really take to heart, because if I just give you me on stage, it's boring. You're not going to care. But I am going to give you an exaggerated version of myself. So, so it's kind of contradictory, but you have to be yourself in respect to, you have to know who you are, and you don't try to be somebody else, because number one, that's not genuine, and and the audience isn't going to buy it.
Right.
They're not, if you're not believable, you're not going to be funny. So you do have to be yourself, but us as comedians, we do exaggerate the truth. We stretch the truth. And again, a Robert G. Lee quote is, "Funny bends, but you don't break it." So you can bend funny, but you don't break it.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think that's it. When one of the things that I try to teach when I'm teaching my comedy college class, that when you start writing from your perspective and you go to looking for material from your own experiences, that out of the reality of who you are, the authenticity is automatically brought into your writing. And when you bring that authenticity in, you'll find your comedy voice a whole lot faster than if you're trying to pretend to be somebody you're not. You can't find your comedy voice trying to be somebody else's voice.
Right.
I also had a mentor who also told me, don't start with fun. You can't try to start to be funny. You want to start with reality, or a situation, or a fact. You want to start, your setup should be pretty dry, really.
Yeah.
Your setup got to be dry, and then the funny is when the twist comes. When you surprise the audience, that's what triggers laughter. That's what's funny, is that they get tricked. Again, I'm wearing out Robert G. Lee today, but he just he mentioned that all a joke is it's a verbal magic trick. You set it up and then you twist, and then you that little surprise, that's what's funny. And the art in it is to find my experiences, who I am, and make it relatable to the audience, but then twist it, make it a surprise for the audience.
That's it, man. It's all about that jab, boom, and then come across and then hit them with something that they're not expecting.
Right. Man, we're all full of analogies today.
I'm telling you, man. We are in, bro. We're teaching. Man, this is a master class. We're talking about this is how you get the goods, bro. It's good.
So, I guess then there's nothing else for us to talk about.
Smooth transition.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Welcome to Analogies Are Us.
Right, exactly. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, so in the middle of this, we've got this chat thing going on beside our video, and as these people are chatting and putting things out there, sometimes it gets distracting, because like Jake Rubel, he's putting stuff in there, and he's complaining about the poster behind me here, because I have my home studio decorated with entertainment stuff, and so it just happens that there's a Baby Driver poster behind me, and he's like, it kills him, and I'm like, well, if it kills him, maybe he should close his eyes. I don't know, but at least he does think you're a comedy guru, so that's the nice thing.
There it is. Hey, Kyle, where can everybody find you online, man? Is it Is it KyleYamada.com?
KyleYamadaComedy.com. KyleYamada.com.
Yep. Uh-huh.
KyleYamadaComedy.com. That's my website. Facebook, Instagram is at Kyle Yamada Comedy.
Okay, cool. We definitely want to make sure everybody knows who the Yams are, and get the Kyle Yamada train going, man. We definitely want to support what you got going on, and we're excited about what's happening, what's going to go on this weekend.
Yeah.
So if you do not know, please come through, because we got Kyle Yamada, the guru, the Yams, coming through to Gutty's Comedy Club to grace the stage, the Carson stage here at Gutty's. I'm excited about it, man, and I appreciate you coming out and hanging with us and kicking it with us here at the Pops and the Rican show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I love what you guys are doing. We're going to have a fun time this weekend. Come out.
Yeah, come on through. Make sure you go online, get your tickets. If you don't have a smartphone, I don't know if you can get tickets, or you should get tickets. I'm kidding. If you don't have a smartphone,
just being hateful.
I'm just saying. But go online, go to your neighbors and go on their phone or whatever you got to do. Get your tickets. You don't want to miss this show. You don't want to miss any of the shows that Gutty's is bringing, but you definitely don't want to miss this one at all. You're going to have, you're going to be entertained. You're going to laugh. You're going to have an amazing time. No doubt about it. Why not? We are at 50% capacity, so you got to make sure that you get your tickets now, because once we hit capacity, sorry, you're going to have to either we open up another show, or you're just going to have to come to the next one. So go online, Gutty'sComedyClub.com, get your tickets there, or download the mobile app, and just be with us, man, because I can't wait to be able to.
Yeah, everybody needs to come, because we got candied yams this weekend. I don't know.
That's a good premise.
Right, exactly.
I don't know what that means, but
Brian, you said it right, man. Brian was like, "Don't worry, if they don't have a smartphone, they're not seeing this." It's so true.
Well, they can.
Yeah, that's Pretty Boy. That's a buddy of mine from high school. We call him Pretty Boy.
Is that your yam? That's a Yams. What are your Yams brothers?
Yeah, Pretty Boy.
Pretty Boy Brian and Rusty.
So is
Pretty Boy Brian.
So Pretty Boy Brian, is he from the backside of Rushmore?
Is he on the Rushmore side?
Yeah, he is. I think he lives down in Arizona now. So Brian, so Pretty Boy, you got to get the app, because I don't think you're going to be rolling through Indy this weekend. So get the app.
There we go. So
yeah, man.
Well, Kyle, we look forward to seeing you this weekend. We're prepared to have a great time. I know the club is fully prepared. We got everything wiped down. We've got the masks. So if they don't have their own mask, they can buy them at the club, because we want to make sure people are not only safe but feel safe.
We're three of them.
Wear whatever you want, as long as you're there.
I'm good.
So yeah, we're gonna have a blast. So
yeah,
let's get it, and let's have some fun this weekend.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I can't wait for this weekend.
You got it, man. Thanks.
See ya.
Well, that was Kyle Yamada, the Yams.
The candied yam. What?
Yeah,
I don't know what that's all about. I
know, right? It's all good, bro. Hey. I'm excited, bro. I'm glad that we're able to get a hold of them and let everybody and introduce them to the Gutty's family, and let everybody know. Look, you still got tickets. Get your tickets online. Come and check us out. Come and hang with us. And,
and it's nice that Kyle was on and he introduced us to a new friend down in Arizona, or over in Arizona. I don't know if that's down or it's south. So of here anyway. So evidently, and west. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to be an old man just bathering. Anyway, the nice thing is when we get ready to open Gutty's Phoenix, then we have somebody that will be down there to go to shows down there. So
better talk about it, bro.
So I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about this weekend. We've got some great stuff coming up this weekend, and then the following weekend Andy Beningo.
Yep.
Hilarious comic that I've known for a day or two, and so that's going to be another just back-to-back solid weekend.
I'm telling you, man, our August, 1 year, I guess it's just our anniversary month. It's just going to be a blast, and then the following month is going to be a blast, and hopefully that will kick us off the rest of the year. I'm just hoping that we'll be able to keep rolling, and in order for us to do that, we got to pay them bills. We got to make sure the lights are on and we can have these shows, and we can do this. We've reached 2,000 likes on Facebook. We got 2,000 friends and family that we each have on our own Facebook pages. If just 1,000 of you, maybe 1,500 of you, find it in your heart to be able to give just $2 to Gutty's Comedy Club, you can do that, and you can help us get past this. You don't have to do it forever. You can cancel anytime. But if you can get us through this time that we're in right now, trying to fight this COVID, trying to fight the whole fact that we are a small business, trying to survive here, you can do that. You go to patreon.com/Gutty's Comedy Club. You can help us, support us, just $2 a month. It gives you the option to give more. You can do that, but we're just asking 2,000 of our friends that are on Facebook to just give $2, and that will help us get past this craziness. And we appreciate every single one of you that have already given, that are members right now. I'm telling you from the bottom of our hearts, man, thank you so much for helping us survive through this. There's been a lot of other people as well that have donated to the club because they believe in what's going on. We got some private investors that love what we're doing, and they've given. And so I am honored to be able to call you friends and family here too as well. So I hope you guys will just consider donating, even if it's just for a couple months, so that we can finish the rest of this year and see where we're going to be at. I'd appreciate it because I want to keep bringing some amazing comedy to this area and to you guys online. I think I beat that dead horse already, right? I mean, I just want to tell everybody I love them.
Here's what I'll say for those people who are watching this on Facebook. Do us a favor and go over to YouTube and subscribe to Gutty's TV on YouTube, because as we are growing our YouTube channel, that Gutty's TV is going to become some stronger and better in terms of all of the stuff we're going to be offering. Yeah. And so if you can jump over there and subscribe, and then while you're there, you've subscribed, there's a little bell down there. Click that bell. Yep. So that anytime something new is going up, you'll get notification, so you can check that out as well, because there's some really cool things that we've got planned that are coming right around the corner, and Gutty's TV on YouTube is going to play a huge part of that. So, so again, we love the fact that we're friends and we're connected on Facebook. We would also like to have you connected over there. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell complete strangers. Be like Jake Rubel and get Gutty. That's all we're going to say. Get so get Gutty. That's all we're going to say. So just be like Jake.
Be like Jake and get Gutty.
But Jake from Gutty is not Jake from State Farm.
No,
this is Jake from Gutty's, not. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying. So
it's good stuff, man.
So besides that, I think we're in for a great weekend again at Gutty's, and I'm excited about that. And so I hope that we've kind of given everybody a good chance to support us online, to connect with us online, and now for people to get their tickets and come out to a fantastic show this weekend.
Come on out, yeah,
with the Yamanite.
With the Yamanites.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, the Yamites.
I got no idea what that means.
The yams.
I got that.
Yeah, yeah, man.
All right. Oh, well. So, anything else for us to cover here today?
I think we're good. I think we covered enough. I think everybody's sick and tired of us. And I was kidding. We're good, man.
I'm guessing then that this should bring this episode to a close. And I'm still Pops.
And I'm the Rican.
And this has been The Pops and the Rican Show. Deuces.
Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
Look at this. Pops and the Rican. The Pops and the Rican. What? The Pops and the Rican.
Look at the top of his head. Look at his head.
Pops and the Rican.